that a higher knows. I think it was Child. He was saying that a higher knows what his children needs.
I need.
So he knows what you need, so it's coming out. But it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just sitting here with the mouth, running my mouth. That's all I'm doing with his words. You know what I mean? But I praise the high because that's why you be here. This is what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like Cody, it can be some Cody could be going on through, right? And somewhere in this lesson, how he's gonna speak to him. So you're going through somewhere in this lesson, he'll speak to you. Sabrina, same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So recognize your father. Recognize your father warning you, right? So let's go. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, let him warn you before he judges you. Right. So check it out. Canaanite regions, right? I mean, Canaanite religions, right? The land of Canaan, which was really our land, Shem's land, right? But Canaan took it. So he called it the land of Canaan. The Canaanites are a family of people that the fallen angels came down and bred with and had the giants. So at this time, the giants are ruling this our area, right? Now, check it out.
You say it this time.
Hmm?
Say it this time, meaning at this time in this.
In the Bible.
Or you mean this
In,
time
in the Bible. No, those same the children of that bloodline still ruling the world right now and then.
Right now we're talking about right here.
Yeah. So, because I had said don't do like it did in Egypt. See, the Egyptians and Canaan are Africans. They are from the seed of Ham, right? So don't be as these people. They're in our land at this time. We're going to war with them and their leaders, their judges, their mighty men, their giants, and I just cast them out before us. So now they are surrounding us. He didn't destroy all of them. He destroyed many of them and cleared our land, and he gave us our land back. Right? So now they're surrounding us, so they're doing them. Like right now, they partying, everything. We just read about 3 scriptures. You know they lawless. They get it in. They ain't got nothing. They living for the day because tomorrow they might die. Right? Canaanite religion refers to read that.
Canaanite religion refers to the group of ancient Semitic religions practiced by the Canaanites living in the ancient Levant from at least the early Bronze Age through the first centuries of the Common Era. Canaanite religion was polytheistic.
See, it should say Shemitic.
Right, they call it, they say Semitic, but it's just Shemitic.
Yeah, see, the reason why they're saying that, because through history, our people did do these things. But they was doing it before we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they try to say, for a reason that it's Semitic, like Baal is our God. Do you understand it? Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of lies in here. Yeah, they go at sorcery. They're saying, Baal is your God. They're telling the truth, but they lying.
Mm-hmm.
He's not our God. He's the God that we chose to serve. Right? It was in Egypt we were serving Baal. We came out of Egypt and the highest saved us. The first thing our people did when Moses went to the mountain was made images to Baal. The golden calves was Baal, Satan. Right? Satan always had a hand on our people. Right? Now the Bible says that other fallen angels rule other people in this world. Other nations, other fallen angels are controlling them. But Satan wanted to be over God's people himself.
Bronze Age.
Look it up in your phone.
Okay,
Right. There's a Bible right there.
Canaanite religion was polytheistic.
What does that mean? What does polytheistic mean?
Multiple gods. They worship more than one god.
So check it out. Now let's put this in real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand. They don't correlate this right here, right? It says the Canaanite religions was polytheistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
In multiple gods. What is America right now? Multiple gods. So in Egypt, in the land of Canaan, there were many religions. That's all it's really saying. Many people believed in many gods, and That's just the same. It's the same thing as today. So all these churches and stuff, these other religions, is nothing new. It's the same thing. It comes from these places. And all the time, the Bible always says there's one true living God. The Canaanites never served a higher and serve a higher. Never. They let you know that. They know their God's name and they name their kid after their God's name. Right? So let's keep going.
And in some cases, monolatristic. And I don't know what monolatristic.
One guy.
Okay, sometimes monotheistic, latristic. Okay.
Turn over. Look at this half picture because other little parts on the top. This little head dude right here, that's his bottom of the body right, bottom of the body on the second page. That's Baal with his arm raised. Right. Okay.
A great number of deities were worshipped by the followers of the Canaanite religion. This is a partial listing. Anat, virgin goddess of war and strife, sister of putative mate of Baal Hadad. Athriat, walker of the sea, mother goddess, wife of El.
So let's just cut it short, right? Virgin goddess. Who's the virgin goddess to a day?
Mary.
Mary. Okay. Who's the mother goddess? The wife of El. El just means God, right? So who's the mother of God? Mary. Ceramicist. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah, they just changed the names, right? God of the morning star. Who was one of the morning stars? Satan. But y'all see these Baals? Dagon. Right? You find Dagon in the Bible. Right? So this a little bit. It's a whole lot but all I wanted to really show y'all is that Baal has always been the Canaanite or the African's god. Wait till we get there. Okay? So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 7.
7 and 20.
20 and 7.
Oh, 20.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 7. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Most High, your power.
Now, the elders of Israel is inquiring, they're praying to a higher, right? Now check it out, let's learn from this. But ourselves, we're praying to a higher. The elders are praying to a higher and listening to him. Right? He says, first, you cast out every abomination from before your eyes that y'all are doing. Or you praying to me, you're lying to me. Clean yourself up first, and then come to me. Right? The Bible says that for the gods of the nations are idols. They call these idols devils. So what the nation sacrifice to are devils. So, thinking out a light thing that the Bible is telling you about these people. Everything they do, they make some with their hands. What they serve are idols. I got a book right here. The goddesses and images of God. Right? It's images. Images. this. It's all of creation. Animals, birds, you know what I'm saying? Men, sun, moon, stars, you know what I'm saying? Everything but the creator. So what they do, they give their credit to idols. Look around in this world today. People will fight you up and down about their cross. It's an idol. About their little fat dude up on the floor somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They really fight you about this. I'm serious. But we don't get it. High saying, what he say? He says, cast away every man, the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourself with the idols of Egypt. So all this stuff is coming from Egypt. Babylon is coming from these places. This is nothing new. Right?
I have a question. It may not fit right here.
Mhm.
It's on my mind. And it's about socializing. This is about when we're not supposed to be equally yoked and how we're not supposed to be around things that might draw us along. Like, what about businesses? You know, when you said Buddha, you know, you think about like the nail salons and things where they got the little Buddha man sitting up in there.
Mhm.
I mean, should you go to those places? Should you patronize those places?
You know, I thought about that myself. I have a contract with a Gentile. You know what I'm saying? But in captivity, we have contracts with Gentiles. Right? So, what do you think? I got to answer, but what do you think?
You're going there for a service, not for what their beliefs are.
Exactly. You don't adopt their customs. But it says, it won't of all things, we will have to go to them. Remember, in necklace and clothing and food and water. In all things, we've been want for all things from them. But we were self-sufficient. So, no, we have to go to these people. We have to deal with these people, but adopt none of their customs. Right? So, this say what I was saying, right? It says, verse 1, and it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of Ahiah, and sat before me. Then came the word of Ahiah unto me, saying, this is Ezekiel speaking, right? The prophet Ezekiel, son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, thus says Ahiah, are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, says Ahiah, I will not be inquired by you.
Where we just reading from?
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 1. Are you recording this, bro?
No.
Let me set your thing up, bro.
I don't know. I ain't even touched that. I got my Bible on the keyboard. I ain't even looked at
Oh, okay.
it. No.
I gotta watch you. You put the fingers. You know how you give that computer. You better go.
Yeah.
My brother.
Oh, actually, what kind of green beans to get?
Shalom.
I'm trying to bring that up when we was talking about these people, but hey,
Shalom, Dad.
Look, they need us, bro. They need us, baby. Without us, they hit. It says, without judge them, son of man, without judge them, cause them to know abominations, the abominations of their fathers. So that's what we do in this lesson. I'm going to child get back. I just read this real quick, bro. They was talking about the elders of Israel was kind of, they went to the prophet Ezekiel to inquire of Ahiah, to pray to Ahiah. Ahiah said he would not be inquired by them. He listened to their prayers. So Ahiah is telling Ezekiel to cause these elders of the leaders of Israel to know the abominations of their fathers. And that's what we're doing right now. We're learning about the abomination. We know the abomination of our father, but we reiterating it because it's important to know the abomination of our father so we don't do what they did. Okay? So it says, without judge them, son of man. So Ahiah is saying, will you judge them, Ezekiel? Will you judge them? Cause them to know the abominations of their fathers, and say unto them, thus says Ahiah, In the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up my hand unto them, saying, I am a higher your God. So higher is swearing by himself. Everything he promising us, he swear by it. He would do it. And because he's truthful to himself and us, we in captivity. Hey, swear, if you follow me, you'll be above all people on earth. Everything you do will be blessed. And I promise you, I swear to myself, if you don't do these things, your children will go in captivity. Let's go to Exodus chapter 34. No,
23.
Exodus chapter 23. Thank you. Exodus. You know I got that thing going on with the tongue.
Let it roll, let it roll.
I ain't the greatest speaker in the world. I know. How it's funny, ain't it? Verse 32 to 33. 23, 32 to 33. Now again, this is when we were a free people. All right?
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak. Oh, Slaka. Chapter 23, verse 32. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make it.
See that highest saying with their gods. So is God's real? This is our Creator telling us to make no covenant with these people, nor their gods. See, it's tied in. Their festivals, their holidays, their way of life is tied. This is all spiritual. The things they're doing, even if the people don't know what they're doing, it's all tied in spiritually. You know, you're making a covenant with them, making a covenant with their God. They're serving their God, so what they're doing is serving their God. So if you do anything with them, you're doing it. See what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, I guess their gods are not fake.
No, they're real. I told you.
I'm thinking back to the cube. The cube that
So see, they can't see their guys, bro. We can't see our God. So they make images
To worship and give reverence
to give reverence to them physically.
And they gods reward them.
Yeah.
Like when we started serving and they say, like, you know, we can't serve their gods better than them. That's why we under them, you know.
Exactly. Bro, these fallen angels are real. Satan is real, bro.
Yeah, I guess I was just under the impression that it was Satan and it was God. That was it.
No, bro, Satan drug a third of the angels out. Millions times. It's more of them than it's you. For real, bro. The angel was created first, bro. Satan drug a third of them out. Get that. Let me see. Yeah, bro. Revelation chapter 12, verse 3 says, it says, verse 4, no, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And who's the great red dragon, right? Let's go over to chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Back to verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. The stars are the angels, bro. So his tail drew a third of the angels out of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the women. So hey, they real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like again, when you reading the Bible about Moses and Aaron going to Egypt dealing with the Pharaoh, the magic practitioners and priests were getting power from Satan now. They was doing powerful works. So today, that's why it's important to get away from these churches, bro. I had to flee her. Because they really do be doing stuff in them churches. But they give credit to a higher, they can hire, but they're serving the gods of the nations. The God of the nations is making them do these things. But they don't know no better, so they think it's the creator. It's not the creator, it's these fallen angels. Right? So that's why that fellowship is real. Because, hey, like how our angels are around us, they demons are around them too. For real.
Just a visual in my own head, thinking about his tail took the angels with him, just swirled around. They hadn't been close to him.
Bro, he was over them. He was over.
Right,
Satan was a
exactly.
high-ranking angel, bro. He was a covering cherub. He had third angels under his authority.
Right, and he was able to, when they threw him out, they was actually.
They agreed with Satan.
Right.
Yeah, they agreed.
Exactly.
So you agree with him, you go too.
Exactly.
So yeah, they out there.
That's why I'm saying the tail snap, they right there with him.
Oh man, right behind him.
That's what I'm saying.
Right behind him. Following very close. All right. So let's get it.
Verse 33, they shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me.
Stop. What they say? If they come into your land, see, now do you see why they work so hard and deceive us for integration?
Mhm.
They got our records. We don't need them for nothing. Nothing. Roland, he can sing, right?
Mhm.
Right. Well, we need
If-
Beyonce.
Bro, no. If Roland, seriously, I was doing this for a second. If Roland, let's say he was in the world, right? Totally, let's say let's say he in the world, but say he know nothing about the truth. He in the world, right?
Mhm.
He go to the studio, make a mixtape, right? Go to these little clubs. Women gonna love his voice, right? He start selling his mixtapes. He get a little,
Buzz.
he get a little bug, he get a little squad. So he start going like Hosby on corners and stuff, stores, malls and stuff. Selling, no, this real. You selling your little mixtapes, $10 a wop, right?
Mhm.
Now you got a buzz going on. Now this club and Flick want to hear you. Now you get a fee to go sing. You get a buzz. The rappers are here. Detroit they don't hear you. Now you selling in your local areas. You making pretty good. Now you start making pretty good money. Now you just put a little album together, right? Now in Ohio they want you. Now you get the little situation where you get a little money from your selling your little CDs and stuff. You got enough to do your own distribution. Now you get 1,000 of them printed. You sell them for $10 a wop. How much money is that?
$10,000.
$10,000. Okay, now Illinois want them. $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So you get doing this about 2 or 3, 4 years. You establish what really you ain't never gotta go nationwide. You can feed your family.
Or sign to a label.
Or
whatever.
sign, yeah. You can sign to that, or you can just keep it solo,
Yeah.
independent. Yeah, and make money. Without ever getting them Jewish people involved in your mix.
Because they who control music, the whole music industry.
Yeah,
They
control
right there
it.
at the top of it, getting 95% of all the income. So everything the rapper is doing and glorifying, showing it to us, making us lust for that is only bird food, like it's only crumbs compared to what's at the top.
This is amazing you say it because when you're talking about the Jews getting into it, one day we were sitting at home and I looked up, what's Jay-Z and them do, the Satanists do?
Mhm.
Rick Rubin or
Did you see some of the statues?
I saw that.
His house.
that
That's
kid, I was like,
Satanist.
wow.
Man, that dude, he is truly all that. He's Satanist for real.
Yeah,
You think he ain't either? That's why he told me to change his name to Jehovah, because
Yup.
Right.
he's wickedness. He's fallen.
Exactly.
He's covetous.
Man,
He's perverted.
and that's how
You
blind
know,
we are.
Perverted. Totally.
Jehovah Master means. Like Jehovah means God of calamity, God of the fallen, perverseness, very wickedness, naughtiness. Matter of fact, hold on. I'll tell you what it all means.
Mhm.
Oh, she texted me, I ain't see her.
Yeah. If you make it up to the second floor in Rick Rubin's house,
Mhm.
up there by his chair.
Titles and
Yeah.
you'll see his masonry cap, all that, you
Man.
know. And it's funny because Jay-Z was speaking on it. And you can see how unlearned he is. You know, he just pretty much brushed it off and said he's a weird dude. Well, no, that weird dude, he serves Satan, and he, you know what I'm saying, he's serving his God, and you know, you right behind him. You know,
Here it is.
selling your
Oh,
people out.
fallen, ruin, coveting, mischief, iniquity, which means sin, calamity, mischievous thing, naughtiness, perverse thing, very wickedness. So, there you go. You know what it is.
Yeah.
He sold his soul a long time ago.
They was all.
Oh, they are. But check it out, right? Let's keep getting it. So, how he's telling us that that fellowship brings more than what we think. We only see what we see. All we see is our so-called friend,
Mhm.
our so-called mother, our so-called father, our so-called cousin, our so-called brother, so-called sister. You understand? Our grandmama. That's what we see. How you see what you can't see, right? So go ahead.
Verse 33: They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee to sin against
So
me.
if we mingle with these people, they're gonna make us sin. Words of our Father. They dwell in our land. We're gonna adopt their customs, and they're gonna make us sin. Go ahead.
For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto thee.
See, it'd be a snare, a trap. Right?
Mhm.
Now, let's see if his word is true or not. Let's go to
34.
34, verse 12 to 17. Mm-hmm.
So we should never ever put that pressure on us. By, I said, we as we shouldn't put that pressure on us. What I mean by that is that dwelling with them and being around them, it's like, I can have them, they're not gonna sway me to go a certain way that I'm trying to go this way. You know what I mean? Because I was around my family yesterday, and they were, you've been eating pork all your life, now you want to, and listen, y'all can say what you want to say. I'm not eating no pork. You know, I'm not gonna do it. Well, you've been doing it for 40, regardless of that. So that was before I knew the truth. Now I know the truth. But you know, they don't, and then it's funny because like they don't even invite me to things like gatherings no more. You know, well, we don't tell you because you don't do this and that. Well, thank you. You know, so right. So I shouldn't be like knowing they having something and go there and be like, man, because there's just pressure, unadded pressure. I guess it's on the individual, I would guess, right? Like you said, you went to the Super Bowl thing and you just did your thing while they did their thing. So we can, okay.
I come back to you saying, knowing your own strengths, knowing your own, you didn't do it to deal with them or even to fall into it. You know your own strength, and you went and showed them that you're different. That's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We keep throwing them off, chasing them off with all that. We are responsible for doing that.
Calm.
And also, the Bible said, let not a man think more of himself than what he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be overconfident and think that you can.
Handle it.
Yeah.
You can't.
Because
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it says, can you continue to walk on fire? You can go every now and then, but you keep going. You think you're strong, and you get broken down. Say you're gonna knock you out of the box. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 12, and it reads, Take heed to thyself, lest
So I said, take heed to thyself. First thing, it's all about self first. Take heed to the self-examination. Take heed to thyself. Okay? Go ahead.
lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest.
Yeah. Watch out now. Watch out. They coming.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee, but ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves.
See that? So we should hate these things, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14, for thou shalt worship no other God, for Ahiah, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God.
Like any parent, like I said, parent raise their child and they child get somebody else's credit. That parent jealous. Like you did what? My mom used to tell, and I ain't trying to dishonor my father, but I remember my mom was telling me a long time ago. I ain't gonna say the word she said, but that dude ain't bought you a pair of socks. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? But anyway, a jealous mother. Huh? Go ahead.
Verse 15,
Yeah. Let's go.
lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods.
So did y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual fornication is what it's really called. Because you're cheating on your father, you're cheating on your husband, you're cheating on your wife. I'm not saying like any but like we worship other gods. When we get into these holidays, that kind of stuff, these birthdays, that stuff, you're spiritually fornicating, right? So you're no longer faithful to your Creator.
There's nothing wrong with saying happy birthday. Right or wrong. Because that was.
Matt, I actually meant to ask you that probably a month ago. Dion was over one day and it was his dad's birthday and he forgot to tell him. And then that came up. I think we were watching the video or something. He was like, "Whoa, I forgot to tell my dad it's his birthday." And he was like, "Oh, maybe he's good. Maybe it's for a reason I forgot to tell him
I'll put it this way.
it was his birthday."
Yesterday was my son's birthday.
Hmm.
I didn't tell him happy birthday. The 12th was my mama's birthday on January. Does that call you, Mom?
What does scripture say?
It says adopt none of their customs.
Say that again?
Adopt none of their customs.
Okay.
Right? Everything in the Bible about a birthday. We can go there one day too on birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
Every example of how the birthday in the Bible, somebody get their head chopped off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't find no Israelite in this Bible celebrating birthday. And you go amongst the congregation, hear people say, "Happy birthday."
Mm.
I'm not gonna do it. You just want to do it. I'm just like it says, adopt none of their customs. Okay, the things that they should sacrifice to are devils, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay, the Bible says that a man's death is better than his birth. How you die is more valuable than the day you're born. Like I argue this up and down. I don't care what nobody say. I will always say this before the Most High. What's something? There she go.
Shalom.
Yeah, you can get the little exercise from up here. So we got to get it out.
Okay. Was I take a quick bathroom break? Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
You pause it?